And just like that, folks, July has passed America's birthday month, and in the name of America, we're gonna start this episode off with a bang, and by the end, everyone will be confused about what is right and wrong. The Bodie Merrill Mini Pipe Invitational is metaphorical of the entire universe, because there are just too many stars in it for me to comprehend. Trying to focus on this is like a goldfish trying to focus on anything. The recap edit was good. I think the best coverage was done by Change That Tape. I'm assuming Scott Stevens is hurt based on how much he filmed. Rest up, Stevie. The entire world needs you. I don't know why I called you Stevie. That was... If it's getting weird ever, Scott Stevens, just like, let me know. Feel free to write me a love letter. Max Warpington, that switch Andrick was... I promised myself I wouldn't cry. It was so beautiful. The giant crab grab gloves are amazing, although it does induce a boot grab every time, so that's the one thing. I think everyone has a question for Chris Beresford, which is, how long have you been thinking about doing this? You just decide this summer we're ready to handle it. I don't even know if I was ready to handle it, okay? This is the new litmus for me of any trick. Is it better or worse than that? That's a lot of power. Pretty casual way to drop it. I think one of the craziest things about this mini pipe contest is all the rhetoric being presented by some of the other snowboard media outlets that just discuss how amazing it is to have a mini pipe event, how amazing mini pipes are, and how in a world of X Games culture, it's like so refreshing and yada, yada, yada. Why aren't there more mini pipes then? I have a theory, and that is that every person who silently wishes there was a mini pipe, there is two people that vocally want a fucking airbag jump. Namely, contest dads. That's right, people. I am claiming that the fact that there aren't more mini pipes in snowboarding is because of the sheer fact that airbag jumps exist. It's simple snowboard economics, okay? Think about it like this. If a snowboard mountain resort was a government, contest dads would be like the worst kind of lobbyists. And guess what? They're lobbying hard for the airbag. The new landing airbag 2 by Progression is like, what the fuck? I definitely saw a claim that was you could learn triples by the end of the day. Let's try. It's a pretty much blanket statement that you could say all the things that most people don't like about snowboarding could somehow be traced back to contest dads. So here at the last resort, we did make a PSA for the contest dads. Can we roll the film?
Being a dad. Crazy, right? When you were a kid, it was so simple. You played a team sport, then you failed to make the college team, and, you just sort of went on with slowly wasting your life away. Until you had a whiny millennial who didn't want to play team sports, he wanted to snowboard. So you think, crap, I guess I have to just become a contest dad now. What should I do first? I know, I'll get some of my aggression out by calling my local mountain and harassing them into getting an airbag jump in the name of progression for my son, because that's the right thing to do. Oh! Wrong. Airbags are actually just a weird and unnecessary accessory to snowboarding, popularized by dads like you. And on behalf of Last Resort, I'm just asking you to kind of, chill out. And maybe if your son or your daughter asks you if you think that they should learn a trick into that airbag, you just tell them, I don't know, that just seems kind of lame, child. They'll appreciate it later, even if they hate you for a lot of other stuff.
Sometimes, here at Last Resort, companies will slide into my DMs, right? And try and plug what they're doing. This month I got a real winner. Riders.dev is a Russian app that claims to, and I quote here, track all tricks you performed and look at how well and stable you doing them. Let's take a look at some of the graphics that go along with this app, shall we? Okay, now we can see here that this person on the jumps section has attempted 112 nollies with a 68% accuracy rate. Let me get this straight. There are Russians that have a formula for the perfect nollie. I find this very hard to believe, mostly because the nollie is one of the most disputed tricks in snowboarding. Unless Mark Frank Montoya is locked in a cage in Russia somewhere and being forced to analyze every nollie, it's just not something I'm gonna trust.
But I'm not done yet.
They have also set up a system of international ranking. So, we could conceivably know who the best snowboarder in the world is if we all get on this app. Tampering with the US election is minimal, but this is some bold shit, Russia, claiming to have a formula for the perfect nollie, for real. 6th annual rat race looked crazy as ever. Mind blown about the ability of everyone in the snowboard industry to simultaneously start using the phrase minding the whoops. Everyone? Really? What is the deal with the Whistler Valley Snowboard Club operating in perfect form where Camp of Champions was? What? It's more than reasonable to talk about social media on your fake news show. Todd Richards, of course, made a comment on this spring break Instagram of a Michael Chuck Japan, pointing out that the Japan, in fact, was not proper. Mainly the people involved in this little skirmish were Todd Richards, who is a snowboard generation above me, and a series of older than Groms who are a generation below me. So I think there's some sort of disconnect that came from a couple things. They weren't immediately introduced to Todd Richards snowboard footage, and they also never got to play as Todd Richards in X Games Pro Boarder, the next best snowboard game besides AMP2.
And now a word from Todd Richards himself.
Japan Air 101. Grab mute, and you pull, and you drop the knee. You pull, you drop the knee. The Japan Air is not grabbing mute and pelvic thrusting in the air like some awkward Michael Jackson impersonator. Drop the knee.
Todd Richards was fucking there. He would know, okay? Part 2, is it legit to make fun of Todd Richards and his announcing? Yes, absolutely, of course, but not in an argument to this. He is right about this. And here's the part I really don't get, is that tucking your front knee in on a Japan makes it look better. So what's the argument here, really? We can name the tuckless knee grab like a faux pan, okay? Play on words, everybody loves it. K2 making moves, making Mark Wilson pro, deserved. And LibTech bringing on Ted Borland, aka Bundy, and Brandon Reese. Maybe both of them make from LibTech what one Travis Rice makes from LibTech, we don't know. We also don't know if there is more than one Travis Rice. Rumors have basically been confirmed due to various hashtag analyzations that Bye-Cascade will effectively not exist. We Are Camp, which once again, the acronym is WAC, so we'll just mention that for the 18th time. They have made decisions that have basically made it so that Bye-Cascade in government camp will no longer exist. And though some of the details remain to be ironed out, such as does an all-snowboard lane on Mount Hood still exist next year, are to be determined. I know what all of you are thinking, what is gonna happen to the marshmallow guy? That marshmallow should be able to get a job with any number of marshmallow companies. As for the rest of us, sad, okay? Actually, the marshmallow is fine, we're all sad. So it makes me feel like it's time for me to go home. Ralph, to the moon!
Let's do this thing. 3, 2, 1, jump!
Ralph, we're in space! It's so beautiful! We've left all of our worldly problems behind!
There's nothing below me.
Hey, I'm gonna flip off Earth! Ralph, let's go to Uranus.
Alright, I'm not feeling this.
What? No!
My life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine.